Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Morgan. I am a holistic wealth coach that is on a break this year, figuring myself out, figuring out my life. But anyways, I wanted to show you my morning routine because this is something I've been heavily prioritizing during my time off. And I will have a video of my nighttime routine up, but today it's just my morning routine. So I'm just gonna show you what it looks like from the moment I hop out of bed until I'm ready to start my work day, if I were to work. So follow along. So on a perfect morning, I would start off with a quick meditation or a breathwork exercise, something that's really going to help ground and center me, along with set the intention for how I want my day to go and how I want to feel. Then my favorite exercise, and the one exercise I do every single morning, I do not miss this one, guys, is writing in my journal. Now, this could be diary style, this could be brain dumping. It really just depends on what I feel like I need to let out in that moment. So if I'm recounting something from the day before, a particular event that was very exciting, that was a highlight, I'll talk about it the next morning in my journal. But most of the times it's gonna be just me brain dumping, which is just free form writing out whatever thoughts are coming to you in that moment. And I'll also end off with just like a little gratitude practice and setting my intention for how I want the day to go. So not only through meditation, but also through writing. Then I'm gonna plug in a little movement exercise. And so to be honest, I'm not the best at being consistent with movement exercises in the morning as part of my morning routine. This particular exercise that I'm doing here today is Qigong. So Qigong, I find, is another soothing, more slow-paced, lighter form of exercise where I'm more so stretching, activating certain energy points within the body, and I really just feel a lot more grounded and centered after this exercise. Sometimes if it's not Qigong, it can look like yoga, or if it's not yoga, it can look like cardio, watching a fitness instructor online, or simply going for a walk. So I like to switch up my movement exercise every day. Not every day I fill it with something, but this is just to give you guys an idea of what movement exercise could look like. Now we're going to head inside my washroom and get ready for the day. And nothing too crazy happens in the washroom. I'm just gonna show you guys what my skincare routine looks like and how I get my hair prepped and ready for the day. So during COVID, I had these awful breakouts, and something turned around this year when I started using the Biossance skincare line. I usually will, of course, wash my face with the cleanser, and then I'll go in with this peptide squalene eye gel because I have a lot of dark circles and like it looks like a nightmare at times. So I find it really does help to depuff and get rid of those dark circles. And then I usually go in with like a toner. This one is part of another line called Expose, and it's just filled with salicylic acid to help exfoliate. And then I use their second product from this line, which is the acne serum during the day, because I do have acne prone skin and have dealt with acne most of my life, but I feel like this year my skin has looked the clearest it's ever been, minus the stupid pimple that has popped up. Now we're back to the Biossance skincare line, and I'm gonna go in with their peptide vitamin C dark spot serum, and this has done wonders in terms of eliminating any dark spots I've had from previous acne. And within 2 to 3 weeks of using this product, I really saw results, so I was really happy about that in the investment. And then of course we're gonna go in with moisturizing my face with Biossance's Deep Omega Repair Cream, and this keeps my skin plump, soothed, very hydrated. I can't talk enough about Biossance's skincare line and all the different products and how amazing they've just been for my skin. Then I'm going to follow up with some SPF, some sunscreen, and I love this line from Neutrogena, SPF 60. Can't get any better than that, and I love that it doesn't leave that like weird white cast that a lot of people complain about when they wear facial sunscreen. Then a little Vaseline or any other lip balm to hydrate my lips, and then get started on my hair. So first thing I do when it comes to my hair is apply like an edge cream because I constantly brush my hair up, and over the years just wearing certain protective styles, I find the two sides of my edges have kind of thinned out. So I'm very aware of that, and I try to make sure that I'm replenishing it with lots of moisture and massaging it and stimulating my scalp. You'll see here that I have just wet my hair quickly with a water leave-in conditioner mix, combed it through, brushed it out, back up into a ponytail, and then I'm gonna go over with my gel by Gorilla Snot. This has been a lifesaver. I have had so much trouble finding a gel that actually lays down and slicks down my hair. Before using Gorilla Snot, I was using Got To Be, and I like Got To Be, but sometimes it can be a little too harsh, and I think it's a little too sticky for my hair. So I love the texture of Gorilla Snot, and it's the same gel that I also use for my edges. So I'll brush up my hair first in one, and then you can see here I'm going in with an edge brush to sort of do the edges and whatever style I feel like doing for that day. And then of course we gotta lay these bad boys down. We gotta lay these bad boys down, especially for my edges, because if I don't lay my edges down, they will pop back up throughout the day. So the longer I hold it down with the hair tie, the better. But of course, some mornings, depending if I'm in a rush or have some place to go, I may not get to lay it down for as long as I want. And then I'm going to grab my ponytail extension. I have different styles. This is just the style I've been digging lately. And I bought this hair for like $20 at the African hair store, and it's lasted me almost 2 months. So it looks amazing. You cannot even tell that it's like my fake hair. I've gotten so much compliments on it. I love the wave, I love the curls. It just looks so natural, and I'm definitely gonna continue buying this hair. And I just love how cheap it is, how cheap and how long lasting. Anyways, you're gonna take off this scarf now. You can see my edges are popping, and I'm just looking cute. I'm looking cute. But now it's time to go. It's time to go downstairs and make some breakfast. I'm not that hungry yet, so I'm gonna show you guys my cheat version of a breakfast for the mornings where I'm not that hungry, but I wanna get some good stuff in my system. So we're off and ready to go. Now we're in the kitchen. There's honestly 2 places to find me in my house, and it's either my room or the kitchen. So the first thing I do when I get into the kitchen is I'm gonna fill up my 2-liter water bottle. Now this is something that I invested in maybe about a month ago, and I did it in an attempt to drink more water, and it has worked. It has been one of the best investments I've ever made in my health. I think for me, just seeing the 2 liters of water and knowing that by the end of the day that just has to be done, it's just so motivating. It's just so motivating. I carry it with me everywhere I go. I don't have to make multiple trips to the fridge. I'll also in the morning start with something warm. Sometimes I'll skip a tea and go straight into a smoothie or any other cold beverage, but this morning it's gonna be honey lemon, and we all know honey is great for detoxification of the body and the liver, and honey has amazing antimicrobial properties and it's very good for your digestive system. I just love also the taste of the sweet and sour combination that honey lemon tea gives. Loving it. I'm gonna go in now and also make a smoothie. So my smoothies are always comprised of some kind of fruit and vegetable. So either it's banana and spinach, maybe it's just fruits one day, maybe it's just juice, like maybe it's just a green juice, but it really just, it just depends on how I'm feeling that day. I'm also gonna throw in some dark milk chia because that's good for protein and getting some other nutritional fats in there, and as well as Four Sigmatics plant-based protein powder. Throw in all the ingredients, and then I'm just going to blend this up. So normally at around this time, it's about 9 o'clock, I would go for my walk. Sometimes I go for my walk during the day, sometimes I go for my walk at night. It kind of just depends on like how I feel. But also during the day, I love to go during the day because then I also get the amazing, beautiful sun, just being outside, getting that warmth. And of course, we all know in Canada, there's literally 2 seasons, winter and construction. So summer doesn't really last that long. For me, I try to get outside as much as I can in the summer before it ends. It's already, tomorrow will be September the 1st. And so we only have a couple weeks of summer left. So really trying to get outside more, enjoy whatever good weather we have left. But normally I usually would go for my walk, and then after my walk, that's pretty much it. Like I said, after my walk, I would usually come back inside and then head straight to my office. And I would just start on any work that I have to do. But this year, I have decided to take time off. So this is what most people would call a gap year. And I have been having a great and very hard time with it. I'm someone that's really used to just constantly being on the grind, constantly being on the go, working towards something. And of course, we live in such a capitalist society where the moment we feel like we're still, that there's something wrong, that we're supposed to be doing something. And so for me, it's something that I'm still wrestling with, but I feel like as we're like going into the 4th quarter of 2022, I've gotten very good at it and just realizing like there are seasons of doing and then there's seasons of just being. So this is really my divine feminine year. Really been reclaiming that, really being okay with just being still, with playing, having fun, doing things I usually don't have the time for that I have time for now. And so you can see like today, for example, doing this vlog. This is my first vlog ever, showing you guys my morning routine and what I've been doing throughout my gap year. And I usually wouldn't have the time to do something like this, or I would feel like it's a chore. But right now, recording this vlog, it's like I'm having the time of my life. It's so fun, you know, just trying different angles and perspectives and just figuring out this recording thing, you know, and just taking you guys along with me, allowing you to come into my world, which is something I don't often do. But I think this is an easier way to do it. You know, it's one thing talking about it, blogging about it, but for you guys to actually come with me, see the visuals, be in the kitchen with me, watching me make my smoothies, drinking my tea, reading my book. Like, these are things that I try to incorporate into my daily morning routine. And just to be completely honest with you guys, like, my morning routine sometimes looks different. So not everything that I did today, I would do tomorrow. There are some days where I would spend more time meditating. Maybe I'll do yoga. Maybe I'm doing some you know, exercise, some cardio. Maybe I'm going for a jog. Like, it always looks different. And what I do is, you know, when I get up in the morning, I just feel into my body and intuitively ask what it needs. That's primarily the first thing I do. And you'll kind of notice that if you go back in the video and you see in the beginning where I was sort of just like in the bed, kind of just, you know, just taking some slow breaths, setting the intention for the day, just taking my environment in. And in doing that, you know, I continue that all throughout the rest of the morning routine. You know, there's moments where I pause, I reflect on what I want to do next, why I want to do what I want to do next, what's the intention, how is this going to nourish my mind, body, and soul and spirit, right? Like I said, I want you guys to know that not everything I did today is what I would do tomorrow or what I did yesterday, but for the most part, this would be an ideal day. I tried to set it up today, showing you guys what I would hope each day to look like. I don't try to apply pressure on myself to make it look any one particular way, but one thing I always do, I will not miss, is my journaling. And you'll see that that's the first thing I did when I got up. Even before I stretched, even before I brushed my teeth, it was the writing, the journaling. And I think it helps to just, you know, sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you start to have worries about what you have to do for the day. And it's a great way to kind of just write out anything, your fears. I'm not necessarily like writing as a diary, so I'm not recounting like how I slept last night or like what I plan to do for the day. It's more so brain dumping. So it's any emotions, any thoughts or feelings that are coming up for me, whether it was something that happened last week, whether it's something I'm anxious about in the future, I write it out. I write it out. How I'm feeling in the present moment, I write it out. And it doesn't really have to make sense. I got this exercise from Julia Cameron's book, The Artist Way. And she has 2 main exercises that she claims everyone should do, even after you're done reading her book, when you're done her like 12-week program. She thinks it's something that you should add to your toolbox. And so one of them is brain dumping, which is that exercise where it doesn't have to make sense. It's really, you're just writing. And my writing looks like chicken scratch, I know. But the whole point of it is that you're not really supposed to go back and read it. At least that's how I feel. I feel like if I'm writing about how I feel in the moment and it's not supposed to make sense, like it wouldn't make sense to me if I go back and read it later anyways. And so yeah, that's just what I do. And I feel like it's so nourishing for me and my spirit. That is right now my form of meditation. I'm also trying not to meditate too much because this year I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety. And so what happens, I'm noticing that when I am meditating and quieting my thoughts, a lot of emotions comes up, and it's becoming like overwhelming for me to the point where I actually at times have like had a panic attack from meditating and even tapping and doing some other tools I usually incorporate. So I put a pause to meditation for now because I feel like sometimes we're so hard on ourselves to do all these spiritual practices and exercises, and sometimes it's just not the season for it. Sometimes that's just not what our mind, our body, our spirit needs. And for me, I know that right now in this season, like I've been doing a lot of spiritual work and I think it's becoming a bit too much. Like I think I've been spiritually bypassing actually living life and just being, right? Like, and just being so hard and strict on myself. You know, if I missed the day and I didn't meditate, it was like the end of the world. And so just learning to like, you know, give myself grace, to forgive myself. I don't have to be 100% spiritual all the damn time. Like that doesn't have to be the first thing I prioritize all the time. And, you know, I think just being and just living is a spiritual experience. Whether you're on your knees praying, meditating or not, like me just being here recording this is a spiritual experience in itself. So just sort of like, these are things I just had to relearn this year during my time off. And I've had the time to reflect, right? And to have these realizations, to step back and say, you know what, like I've been really hard on myself. I've accomplished a lot within the past couple of years, especially last year with running my business. And right now it's just the season and time for rest. And I've been prioritizing that and, you know, trying to eat good, being mindful of what I'm eating, the information that I'm consuming, the conversations I'm having with people, friends, family, you know, these self-care practices that are nurturing to my body and my mind, going for my daily walks, trying to be in nature as much as I can. These are the things that have really been filling me up this year, and really trying my best to not load my schedule with mundane things, you know. Really, I've been spending time writing poetry. That's something that I didn't show today, but some mornings or before I go to bed, I'll try to write a poem a day. But yeah, every day is an adventure, and that's just how life should be. Just taking it one day at a time and tuning into what your mind, your body, and your soul needs for that particular moment. And I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video, my first vlog, and I'm definitely gonna let you guys in a lot more, whether I'm traveling, whether it's, you know, I really am gonna start pushing out educational content, but I know how excited I can get on these projects and get carried away. And once I start making YouTube videos, I know the Capricorn in me is like, it's just gonna become a full-time business again. Which is really exciting. I feel really good about it. I feel really good about going down this direction and path when I come back to my coaching. But for now, I promised myself I'm not gonna work for the rest of the year. I'm not gonna work myself too hard. And so I figured, you know what, in the meantime, I really wanna start a YouTube channel, but you know, let me just start with vlogs. Let me just vlog. And that way I don't have to vlog like every week. I'm not gonna push this out, you know, every Tuesday or whatever. I don't have a specific day just yet, but whenever I feel like bringing you guys into an aspect of my world just to teach you guys something, whether it's maybe a meal or maybe like my skincare routine, my nighttime routine. If I'm going on a solo date, like I really just want to start bringing you guys with me and to show you guys like how to be in the present moment, how I am trying and attempting to live my best life and what that looks like. And I want to be a walking example, because if I'm going to be a coach and help other women do the same thing, like I have to walk the talk, right? I have to walk the talk. And so this vlog is gonna be me walking that talk, walking while I talk, and explaining everything that's happening as I do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe, drop some comments below, say hi, tell me how your year is going. Let me know if you've ever done a gap year, mid-career, or you know, before going to university, whatever it was for you, and what you learned during that gap year about yourself, or if you plan to take a gap year, what would that look like? And also just share with me your morning routines, what you guys like to do in your mornings. Maybe it's something similar to what I do, maybe there's something else you suggest for me to add in, or something to take out that just hasn't worked for you. But yeah, would love to learn more about you and just really build a community, you know, centered around overall wealth, building wealth, and overall well-being. So thanks for coming along this journey with me, and the next video will be my nighttime routine. So please stay tuned for that, like and subscribe to know when I drop that video. Bye guys.